Welcome to Dog Facts and Fun, where every fact hides a story of love. What if I told you that the most dangerous thing in your house isn't a cleaning chemical locked under the sink, but the bowl sitting on your kitchen floor right now? 99% of loving dog owners are making a silent, deadly mistake every single day. And the terrifying part is you probably think you're doing the right thing. Every meal could be a ticking time bomb for your best friend's health. I used to make these mistakes, too. Until I learned the truth. Today, we are uncovering 10 hidden feeding habits that are silently shortening your dog's life. And please pay attention to mistake number 6. It's the one almost everyone ignores until it's too late. Let's save them starting now. Mistake number 1, the one meal myth. Let's start with a habit that seems so convenient, so logical that almost all of us have fallen into it. You wake up, maybe you're rushing to work, or maybe it's just how you've always done it. You pour one massive mountain of kibble into the bowl in the morning or evening thinking there he's set for the day. It feels like a feast, doesn't it? It feels like you are providing for them. But what if I told you that this single act of generosity is actually putting your dog's body into a state of chronic stress? Imagine your own body. Imagine eating a massive Thanksgiving dinner at 8 a.m., stuffing yourself until you can barely move and then not eating a single crumb for the next 24 hours. How would you feel at 2 p.m.? How about at 8 o'clock p.m.? Your stomach would be screaming. You would feel faint, irritable, and your acid levels would be through the roof. This is exactly what is happening to your dog. A dog's stomach is not designed to hold a 24-hour supply of food in one sitting. When you dump that massive amount of food in the stomach, it has to stretch dangerously wide. It works overtime producing massive amounts of acid to break down that kibble. But once that food is gone, that acid sits there. It has nothing to do. This leads to something veterinarians call vomiting syndrome. If you have ever seen your dog vomit a yellow foamy liquid in the morning, that is their body crying out for help because their stomach has been empty for too long. But it goes deeper than just a tummy ache. Studies from the University of Liverpool have shown that dogs fed once a day are more aggressive, more anxious, and have higher cortisol levels. They are living in a state of scarcity. By splitting that same amount of food into two, morning and night, you are stabilizing their blood sugar. You are calming their mind and you are keeping their metabolism burning steadily. It is such a tiny change, but it turns a stressed, starving dog into a calm, satisfied companion. Mistake number 2, the boredom of the bowl. Now, look at the bowl itself. Mistake number 2 is assuming that dogs are meant to eat for free. I know it sounds strange. We think, I love my dog. Why should they have to work for food? But we need to look at who our dogs really are. They are descendants of wolves. They are hunters. They are scavengers. For thousands of years, their brains were wired to solve problems to get their dinner. The hunt was part of the meal. When you take a scoop of food and dump it into a ceramic bowl, you are robbing them of their greatest joy. You are taking a 20-minute mental workout and turning it into a 30-second vacuum session. Have you ever watched your dog eat? They inhale it, and then they look at you like, is that it? This leads to a bored dog. And a bored dog is a destructive dog. That chewing on the table leg, that barking at the mailman, that digging in the garden. A lot of that comes from a lack of mental stimulation during mealtime. Scientists at the University of Bristol discovered that dogs who have to work for their food using puzzle toys, sniff mats, or slow feeders have significantly lower stress levels. They are happier. By making food too easy, we create a void in their day. The solution is simple and fun. Ditch the bowl, put their kibble in a wobbler toy so they have to bat it around. Roll their food up in an old towel and tie it in a knot so they have to use their nose and paws to untie it. Scatter the food in the grass so they have to sniff it out. You aren't being mean. You are giving them a job. And for a dog, having a job is the ultimate satisfaction. Mistake number 3, the invisible poison, dirty bowls. This brings us to a mistake that is physically repulsive, yet we are all guilty of it. Mistake number 3 is rarely washing the water and food bowl. Be honest with me. You probably refill the water bowl every day, topping it off. Maybe you give the food bowl a quick rinse once a week. It looks clean, right? Run your finger along the inside rim of your dog's water bowl. Do you feel that slime? That slippery clear goo that is not dog drool. That is a biological fortress called biofilm. Biofilm is a protective layer produced by bacteria like Serratia marcescens E. coli and even Listeria. It binds to the ceramic or plastic and creates a shield that protects the bacteria from just water. When your dog licks that bowl, they are ingesting a concentrated dose of bacteria with every sip. This can lead to gum disease which travels to the heart. It can cause chronic upset stomachs that you can't explain. We treat our own plates with such care. We would never eat off the same plate for a week without washing it with hot soapy water. Yet, we ask our dogs to do it. This is a silent health hazard sitting in your kitchen. The fix: we create a void in their day. The solution is simple and fun. Ditch the bowl, put their kibble in a wobbler toy so they have to bat it around. Roll their food up in an old towel and tie it in a knot so they have to use their nose and paws to untie it. Scatter the food in the grass so they have to sniff it out. You aren't being mean. You are giving them a job. And for a dog, having a job is the ultimate satisfaction. Mistake number 3, the invisible poison, dirty bowls. This brings us to a mistake that is physically repulsive, yet we are all guilty of it. Mistake number 3 is rarely washing the water and food bowl. Be honest with me. You probably refill the water bowl every day, topping it off. Maybe you give the food bowl a quick rinse once a week. It looks clean, right? Run your finger along the inside rim of your dog's water bowl. Do you feel that slime? That slippery clear goo that is not dog drool. That is a biological fortress called biofilm. Biofilm is a protective layer produced by bacteria like Serratia marcescens E. coli and even Listeria. It binds to the ceramic or plastic and creates a shield that protects the bacteria from just water. When your dog licks that bowl, they are ingesting a concentrated dose of bacteria with every sip. This can lead to gum disease which travels to the heart. It can cause chronic upset stomachs that you can't explain. We treat our own plates with such care. We would never eat off the same plate for a week without washing it with hot soapy water. Yet, we ask our dogs to do it. This is a silent health hazard sitting in your kitchen. The fix: all veterinary emergencies, gastric dilatation, VLS, or GDV. You know it as bloat. Here is the physiology. When a dog eats, their stomach is heavy. It is full of food and gas. The ligaments holding the stomach are working hard. If you introduce heavy exercise, running, jumping, or even a brisk walk right after a meal, that heavy stomach can swing like a pendulum. And if it swings too hard, it can flip over on itself. Imagine a balloon twisted in the middle. Nothing can get in and nothing can get out. Gas builds up instantly. The stomach expands like a basketball, crushing their internal organs, cutting off blood flow to the heart and sending the dog into shock. It is agonizing, and without immediate expensive surgery, it is fatal within hours. Deep-chested dogs like Great Danes and German Shepherds are more prone to this, but it can happen to any dog. The rule is non-negotiable. After a meal, the kitchen is closed and the gym is closed. Your dog needs at least 1 hour, preferably 2 of calm rest to digest. Walk first, feed later. It is a simple switch in your routine that could literally save their life tonight. Mistake number 5, killing with kindness. Overfeeding. This next mistake is the hardest one to admit because it comes from a place of pure love. Mistake number 5 is overfeeding. We have normalized fat dogs. We see a chunky Labrador and we say, "Oh, look at the chunky boy. He's so cute." But obesity is not cute. Obesity is inflammation. When you give that extra scoop or that piece of cheese, or that leftover crust, you aren't just giving calories. You are adding weight to a frame that cannot support it. Over 55% of dogs in the US are overweight. That extra weight is crushing their joints, causing arthritis years before it should happen. It is squeezing their lungs, making it harder to breathe. It is forcing their heart to pump through miles of extra blood vessels in that fat tissue. A lifetime study by Piana revealed a shattering truth. Dogs who were kept lean fed 25% less than their overweight siblings lived nearly 2 years longer. 2 years. Think about what you would give for 2 more years with your soulmate. Would you give up the table scraps? Would you measure the kibble? We think food is love, but food is fuel. Real love is a long walk. Real love is a massage. Real love is keeping them lean enough so they can run and play without pain. Stop guessing with the scoop. Get a measuring cup. Weigh their food. If you give them treats, reduce their dinner. Be the guardian of their health, not the enabler of their pain. Mistake number 6, the just one bite trap. Toxic table scraps. While we are discussing food quantity, we have to discuss quality. Mistake number 6 is feeding table scraps without knowing the risks. You are eating dinner and those big brown eyes are staring at you. You have a piece of steak fat or a bit of seasoned chicken skin. You think it's meat. Dogs eat meat. But human food is often a poison cocktail for dogs. It's not just about chocolate or grapes. Most people know those are bad. I'm talking about fat and spices. That piece of fatty brisket or the grease from your bacon that can trigger pancreatitis instantly. The pancreas is a sensitive organ. When it gets hit with a sudden load of high fat, it becomes inflamed. It starts digesting itself. It is excruciatingly painful for the dog. They will be hunched over vomiting, shaking in pain. One piece of bacon can land a small dog in the ER for 3 days. And then there are the hidden killers. Onion powder, garlic powder, xylitol birch. Sugar found in peanut butter and sugar-free human snacks. These things are in almost everything we cook, but they are toxic to dogs. Xylitol causes a massive insulin spike that can kill a dog in 30 minutes. Onion destroys their red blood cells. Unless you are cooking specifically for the dog with 0 salt, 0 spices, and lean meat, keep your plate to yourself. Their digestion is not a garbage disposal. Mistake number 7, the label lie ingredients. Mistake number 7 is trusting the picture on the bag. You walk down the pet food aisle and it is a marketing masterclass. You see pictures of grilled steak, fresh carrots, whole chickens. The bag says premium, natural, gourmet. But if you flip that bag over, the truth is often hiding in the fine print. The pet food industry is brilliant at ingredient splitting. They might list chicken first, which looks great. But then the next 3 ingredients are pea flour, pea protein, and peas. If you added all those peas together, they would far outweigh the chicken. You are paying for a bag of expensive peas with a chicken flavoring. And then there are the meat byproducts. Now, some byproducts are organ meats, which are good. But often in cheap food, byproduct meal can be feathers, beaks, and tumors. Stuff that provides 0 nutritional value. It is protein on paper, but it is useless to your dog's body. And preservatives look for BHA, BHT, and ethoxyquin. These are chemical preservatives used to make the food last on the shelf for 2 years. They are also linked to cancer. You wouldn't eat a burger that was cooked in 2021. So why are we feeding it to them? You have to become a detective. Look for named meats, chicken meal, not poultry meal. Look for natural preservatives like vitamin E mixed tocopherols. Don't buy the hype, buy the ingredients. Mistake number 8, the microbiome shock. Sudden changes. Now, let's say you realize your food isn't great, so you decide to switch. This leads to mistake number 8, sudden diet changes. You buy the new healthy food, and you dump it in the bowl. The next day, your dog has explosive diarrhea and gas that could clear a room. You think, oh, this new food is making him sick. I'll go back to the old junk. The new food didn't make him sick. You made him sick by rushing. A dog's gut microbiome is very specific. They have bacteria bred to digest exactly what they eat every day. When you suddenly throw a totally different protein or carb at them, their gut doesn't have the workers to handle it. You must transition slowly. It is the rule of 7 days. Day 1 2% new food. 75% old. Day 3, 4, 50% new, 50% old. Day 5 to 6, 75% new, 25% old. Day 7, 100% new. Give their internal ecosystem time to adjust. Patience prevents the mess. Mistake number 9, the age gap. Mistake number 9 is ignoring the clock. We look at our dogs and we always see the puppy we brought home, but their nutritional needs change drastically as they age. And feeding the wrong food at the wrong time is dangerous. If you feed a large breed puppy like a golden retriever regular adult food, you can permanently damage their skeleton. Puppies need very specific calcium to phosphorus ratios to ensure their bones don't grow too fast. If they grow too fast, their joints fail later in life. On the flip side, feeding a senior dog high-calorie adult maintenance food is a recipe for obesity. Seniors move less. Their metabolism slows down. They need fewer calories, but higher quality protein to prevent muscle wasting. They need supplements like glucosamine for their aching joints and MCT oil for their aging brains. A dog is not a static being. They are evolving. Your feeding strategy has to evolve with them. Don't just buy the same bag for 15 years. Respect their life stage. Mistake number 10, fearing the fresh. Not considering homemade. And finally, mistake number 10. This is the one that changed my life. It is the fear of fresh food. We have been brainwashed to believe that only brown dry pellets in a bag are complete and balanced and that adding fresh food is dangerous. Kibble is dead food. It has been cooked at high temperatures until every enzyme is destroyed. It is dead. Imagine if you ate nothing but fortified crackers for your entire life. You would survive, but would you thrive? Adding fresh food, even just a little bit, can change everything. A study from Purdue University found that adding fresh leafy green vegetables to a dog's diet just 3 times a week reduced the risk of bladder cancer by 90%. That is staggering. You don't have to become a chef overnight. You don't have to balance a complex raw diet if you're scared. Just start small. Crack a raw egg over their kibble shell and all. Add some steamed broccoli. Throw in some blueberries. Add a sardine for omega-3s. These are toppers. They bring life back to the bowl. They add moisture, antioxidants, and joy. Don't let the convenience of kibble stop you from giving the gift of freshness. So there you have it. 10 mistakes. Some of them are about what we buy, but most of them are about what we do. A bowl tea. That is too dirty, a meal that is too big, a walk that is too soon, a treat that is too fatty. It can feel overwhelming. I know you might be sitting there feeling guilty thinking, I've done so many of these. Please do not beat yourself up. We do the best we can with the information we have. But now you have new information. Now you have the power to change. You don't have to fix all 10 today. Just pick one. Wash the bowl tonight. Buy a puzzle toy tomorrow. Wait an hour before the walk. Just one small change can add up to years of tail wags. Our dogs give us everything. They give us their hearts, their loyalty, and their entire lives. The least we can do, the very least, is make sure that the food in their bowl is a source of health, not a source of harm. I want to know who we are doing this for. Who is the good boy or good girl waiting for you to fill their bowl? Right now, please go to the comments and type your dog's name. Let's fill the comment section with the names of the dogs we are going to love a little better starting today. They deserve it. Thank you for listening, and here's to a longer, healthier life for your best friend. Welcome to Dog Facts and Fun, where every fact hides a story of love. Have you ever looked into your dog's eyes and felt a sudden sinking feeling that they were trying to tell you something you couldn't quite hear? You feed them the best food. You walk them every day. You buy them the softest beds. But sometimes when the house is quiet, you see it. A certain sadness in their gaze. A tail that doesn't wag quite as high, a silent shadow lying at your feet. The truth is, there are profound simple things that make a dog's soul deeply happy, but they are invisible to even the most loving owners. And the fourth secret I am about to share, it changes everything. If you truly love your dog as family, you need to hear this, because their happiness isn't about what you buy, it's about what you become. Let's explore 10 simple yet profoundly meaningful things every dog craves and that you can start giving them today. Number 1 seems almost too simple to be true, but it is the foundation of their entire emotional world. The power of the gaze. Even a single genuine gaze can change your dog's entire inner world. Eye contact isn't just looking. It is how you say, "You matter to me," without speaking a single word. When you look into your dog's eyes with real, unfiltered love in your heart, something biological happens. Both of your bodies release oxytocin, the hormone of love, safety, and trust. It is the same hormone that bonds a mother to her child. But here is the catch. Not all eye contact is equal. A quick distracted glance while you are scrolling on your phone. A hurried look before you turn away to watch TV. That can actually make your dog feel abandoned. Even while you are sitting right next to them, they feel the disconnection. They see the emptiness in the look. Instead, try this. Pause a few times a day. Actually, stop what you are doing. Get down to their eye level. Look deeply into their eyes, soften your face, and just smile. No words, just presence. You might be surprised when those cautious eyes soften their ears, relax, and slowly they inch closer to you. In a dog's world, this is sacred. It is the moment they feel seen, acknowledged, and truly loved. And when that love turns into action, magic happens. This leads us to number 2, the language of touch. If you touch them in the right places, in the right way, you can literally lower their heart rate. Many people think petting means just touching anywhere, a pat on the head, a rough scratch on the back. But did you know most dogs actually dislike being touched on top of the head? It is a sensitive, vulnerable spot that blocks their vision and makes them wary. Instead, try gently stroking behind their ears where the skin is soft. Rub under their chin. Massage their chest in slow rhythmic circle. That kind of touch, when it comes from understanding, can make them sigh, close their eyes, and lean their entire weight into you. It is like giving them a hug without the restriction of a hug. Take 2 minutes every morning to do this without rushing. Don't do it while checking emails. Just you and your dog connecting through touch. Simple, quiet, deep. It sets the tone for their entire day, telling them, "I am here and you are safe." But love isn't just about touch and eye contact. It is also about how you nourish your dog's mind. This is number 3, mental nourishment. This is something many people forget. Dogs don't just need food, sleep, and walks. They are intelligent, sentient beings. They need mental challenges to feel useful and included in your family life. Hide a few treats around the house for them to find and watch their nose start working. Teach them a new command, not for obedience, but for engagement. Watch their eyes light up when they figure it out. A bored dog is a sad dog. And when sadness lingers, it turns into destructive behavior. Chewing furniture, barking for no reason, or lying motionless for hours. They aren't being bad. They are silently crying for help. Just 10 minutes a day of games, food hunts, or new toys is your way of saying, "I see your intelligence. You matter, and I want you to be happy." Some owners have found that using dog puzzle feeders during mealtime helps meet both nutritional and cognitive needs. It turns dinner into a fun, engaging activity, one that makes your dog feel clever, accomplished, and full of purpose. And now we arrive at the 4th point. The one I told you would change everything. Number 4, the gift of presence. None of the toys, the treats, or the walks matter unless you are truly present. Not just physically there in the room, but emotionally and mentally connected. Many people are home all day, but they are ghosts to their dogs, glued to phones, laptops, or TVs. Dogs don't need you 24/7. They don't need your constant attention. They just need you for a few minutes of real connection. Put the phone down, turn the screen off, sit next to them. No need to talk. No need to do anything. Just be there, knowing that they are also there waiting for you. Just 15 minutes a day of full undivided presence can make your dog feel more fulfilled than a whole day of half-hearted distracted attention. Dogs are deeply sensitive to energy. When you are present in body and soul, they feel it as pure happiness. They feel the shift in your vibration. And when you begin to be truly present, you'll start hearing what your dog can't say with words. This brings us to number 5, listening to the whisper. When you really pay attention, you will see the subtle signs. A lowered ear, a slight step back, an avoided glance, a tiny lick of the lips. That is how they say, "I'm not okay. Please don't push me." Most unwanted behaviors in dogs aren't rebellion. They are expressions of unspoken fear or discomfort. When you learn to read that body language, you stop being a boss, and you become a companion. Your dog will trust you more, listen better, and feel safer because they know you speak their language. Starting today, observe your dog's expressions when meeting strangers walking through noise or when you approach them. If they step back, don't push. If they lean in, greet them with a gentle touch. That is more than listening. It is a promise. It says, even though you can't speak, I understand you. Just like humans, dogs go through periods of fear and anxiety. Thunderstorms, fireworks, even sudden changes at home. Recognizing this is the first step to healing it. When you listen deeply enough, you'll realize your dog needs the right to say no. This is number 6, the respect of consent. They are not always ready to meet people to be hugged or to play with that other dog at the park. Respecting that doesn't make you a weak leader. It makes you a trusted protector. Every time you allow your dog to say no by moving away. By looking away, you are telling them you matter. Your feelings are just as important as mine. And the magic is when they know you will listen and respect their boundaries, they will actually choose to come closer. They will trust you unconditionally because they know you are safe. That trust is something no toy or treat can ever buy. It is earned in the quiet moments of respect. And then there is the walk. Number 7, the safari. We think of the walk as a chore, a routine to get done. We check our watches. We pull on the leash. Come on, hurry up. But for dogs, the walk is their news feed, their social media, their adventure. Every blade of grass, every dry leaf, every footprint is a universe waiting to be explored. Their sense of smell is their primary way of understanding the world. When you drag them past a smell, it's like someone snatching a book out of your hands. Just as you are reading the best part. When you slow down to walk at their pace, you send a quiet message. The world isn't rushing. We'll walk it together, step by step. A few minutes to let them sniff a lamp post won't delay your day much, but it warms their little heart a lot. It is a whisper that says your time matters. Your joy matters. In the quiet routines of life, we often overlook the basics. Number 8, the emotional bridge of their name. And in this journey of love, there is something small that brings a big burst of joy to your dog's heart. It is when you call their name in a warm, loving voice. Their name isn't just for commands. It isn't just no Max or come here Bella. It is the emotional bridge between you and them. When you say their name gently with a soft gaze, they realize that's me. They are thinking about me. Their little heart opens up. Try calling their name when you come home. Not to ask them to do something, but just to say it. Whisper it before bed. Say it simply when you are lying next to each other. Don't just call to command. Call to show you remember them. Thanks for watching and like, subscribe and share please.